Boys, it's been a while. It's been about a month. You know what else has been a month? The NHL season. Somehow it's only been a month. And yet here we are, back again. And welcome to Up the Boards. My name is Yusuf. That's Alex and that's Tyler. And we're just talking about how things have been 1 month in. It's a weird season. Thoughts so far before we really get into the nitty-gritty of it? How are you guys, by the way? I should ask that. Because we've all been busy. That's why we haven't done this in a little while. I've been traveling. I know all of us actually have been traveling. Alex, what have you been up to? Tyler, what have the Rangers been up to? Don't answer that question. Please don't answer that question.
Well, I took a well-needed vacation to Europe, went to Italy. It was very rude of Bateman to schedule the Ducks home opener the day after I went to Italy. Rude, just inconsiderate. But no, that was fantastic. It was amazing. Come back, and I suddenly am hearing rumors of the Ducks are back, and chants of "We back in the streets." Bro hymn, being sang from the mountaintops. All of a sudden, the Ducks are good at hockey again. Who would have thought? It's a strange thing, suddenly having expectations. And I'm definitely not watching them right now, down 1-0 to the Wild in Minnesota. But that's me. I'm good.
That's great. That's good. The Ducks are, in fact, kind of back. And we kind of love it. We'll talk about that more, though. Tyler, what about you? Are the Rangers back?
Finally, so best road team in the NHL finally won a home game. It only took about 8, so that's pretty good. It's been good, man.
Insane.
Went to Boston, where you're wearing a nice, lovely jersey from.
I am wearing my Zdeno Chara Bruins jersey, I should mention. Just got into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Z. Besides that, though, the Red Wings are, in fact, a hockey team of all time. They've been there. They've been fine. They're not stressing me out as much as other teams that I sometimes cheer for, like the city I live in, for example. But no, you know what? Hockey is fun, and hockey is beautiful, and we're here to talk about it. So why don't we get underway and talk about the standings so far? Because there's a lot of surprises here. What's the biggest thing that stands out to you guys right now? Like let's do this. We'll break it down to 2 teams each of us, right? Biggest surprise and biggest letdown so far into the season. Alex, Tyler, either you want to start?
I can jump right in. I think I have a very biased surprise, and it is just how good of a start the Ducks have gotten to.
Anaheim Ducks, of course.
The Anaheim Ducks are currently sitting atop of the Pacific Division, just like everyone predicted.
Yep.
Almost 20 games in.
Totally, everyone, yep.
Mm-hmm. This is literally better than I ever could have imagined so far. So, there's just a lot that's gone right. You can see just immediately how different a competent head coach makes a talented roster instantly look much, much better. They've got their problems. They've got their stuff to work out. Long season to go still, but they've proved they're real. They've proved they have a style of play that they dictate when they're going right. And then, honestly, I'm going to keep it in the same division because I feel like you guys aren't going to talk about the Pacific very much. I am immensely disappointed in the Calgary Flames.
Interesting.
It doesn't to go from inching or being right 1 point out of the playoffs essentially last year. You have an amazing Vezina caliber goalie and a rookie in Dustin Wolf, and they are off to a very bad start. Very bad start. I'm kind of scratching my head about it. I didn't have them as a cup contender or anything, but to fall off a cliff like this is pretty strange.
I think Calgary's problem has been Calgary. Weirdly enough, you know what I mean? They went into the last few seasons with kind of little to no expectation because no one really knew what they were trying to do. After the Matthew Tkachuk trade, they get Jonathan Huberdeau, they signed Nazem Kadri, they got Uyghur, Dustin Wolf's now on the team. It's been a few years, obviously, but you're mixing up the young talent with these veterans, and you're like, what exactly are you guys trying to do now? And like Dustin Wolf is an incredible goalie. He'll be an incredible goalie he's got so much time. He's so young, but it's like it's a weird mix up of talent on that roster right now. And a lot of them are hurt too. So Calgary's kind of suffering and facing the consequences. Zane Parekh, another notable young talent they have, is currently out for the next like month. So Calgary's in that weird spot of like, you're not expecting him to do as much as you would think. And I also, to the credit of the Pacific Division, it's a good division this year. It's a very good division this year. So there's that. Tyler.
Biggest surprise?
Don't say the Rangers.
No, I'm actually. Well, I mean, the fact we won a home game was surprising.
Well, yeah, that's actually kind of that's an applause all
I was sweating that one out. Like I was like, we're playing Nationals. Like this feels like an easy one, but it's my luck. So,
no.
Okay, biggest disappointment. I'm gonna go very different because I know where Yusuf's gonna go. So I'm gonna just start with I think the Capitals.
You know what's funny? I was actually also going to say the Capitals.
Interesting. I thought you were going Leafs.
No,
now you gotta pick another one.
Given. Yeah, now I got to pick another one. So I'm going to think of that now. But why do you have the Capitals?
Toronto. I have the Caps because look at last year. I mean, they were first in like the division. I mean, they were a force. People thought they were going to win the cup, which is asinine because Logan Thompson's still technically one of the best goalies in every category in the league right now. But they just aren't winning games. Which is also, this is the craziest thing I say. They're 500, which in the Metro is last place. So the Metro is back to their normal shenanigans. Last year was a fluke, but this year they're back to everyone's competitive in the Metro. So I don't know, but the Caps just haven't looked inspiring. And when they've lost very apparently, and they've just been outplayed and outskated. And I think they drafted a lot of good talent, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking like it was last year. And the old guys are just a year older, and it's just not good. I mean, nobody's going to hit his milestones, and it's going to be impressive, but they've been sad. Like, it's just been kind of sad to watch. Now, for the biggest surprise, which is kind of weird because it's the same thing but different, Pittsburgh has been really good.
Pittsburgh's really good. What the fuck happened there?
Speaking of early 2000s old hockey players.
Yeah, and so now you have, like, the, retirement home of Pittsburgh is like actually decided they're going to play hockey, which is wild. And they've been kind of scary. Like they're really good.
Yeah. It's kind of like I keep checking in on them going, when are the wheels going to fall off?
They're gonna. I'm not worried about that. But
no. Hold on. Let's be more specific. Those wheels aren't going to fall off. They're going to explode. Those tires are going to blow up at some point this season, and it's not going to be pretty.
But like
you
right
can't.
Now, they have been blowing
everybody
away.
Let's be honest. They have to have reduced that certainty percentage by at least like 5-10%.
Yes,
with how they started.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like at the beginning of the season, it was it's going to fall apart no matter what. They're the only team not trying to get better. That was like the thing everybody was saying during the off season, right? And they're still here. I had a point I wanted to make about records and the Capitals before we get too far away from talking about where they're at in the division. I wasn't super surprised to see some regression because you look at the over performances that they got from their roster last year, and I feel like they were kind of all jazzed up about the Ovi chase, right? They were a team on one mission, right? And that was get Ovechkin past Gretzky. And then they had some crazy performances from, role players on the roster. And I didn't see it being this bad, but I wasn't sure that they were going to be a 1 seed again. Now we talk about NHL 500 and talk about like divisions being competitive again. Do you guys know this? How many teams in the NHL are actually under 500?
I'm looking at it, so this is not a fair question for me.
Yusuf, are you actively looking at the standings?
I am also actively looking at the standings right now.
The answer is 3.
Only 3.
There are 3 teams under 500.
6.
Well, I'm counting wins, loss, overtime stuff. Doesn't
right? Yeah,
the point percentage, 500 point percentage.
That's fair.
Yeah,
there's only 3 teams under 500 point percentage. It's Buffalo.
Shocker.
It's Buffalo. It's Calgary, and it's Vancouver. Everybody else is at 500 point percentage, which is just an interesting. I don't know what to do with that information, but that's interesting.
It is kind of interesting. I was going to make a point on both teams, actually. So the Capitals are one of those teams where every other season, they're either really good or they're like the worst thing on the ice. It's like the people make the joke, and Tyler and I have been making this joke for years, but like Sergei Bobrovsky. Every other year, Sergei Bobrovsky is either the worst goalie you've ever seen in your life, or he's going to win a Vezina. Not might, he's going to win a Vezina. The Capitals are like that. And it's weird. I do agree to the point that I think last year they were definitely on the adrenaline, chasing the high of like making sure that Ovi beat the record. And they got it, and everyone's great. And actually, funny enough, right before we started recording, Alex was talking about his let's say lack of enjoyment about Ryan Strome. And I had made the point that, man, I can't believe he's the second most important Strome brother. Because Dylan went nuts last season, putting up points to make sure Ovi got the record. And now it's kind of like, okay, we can take a step back. But instead of a step back, they kind of fell off a cliff.
Which, once again, is absolutely insane because, the Caps are last in the Metro at 17 points, and the Devils are first with 25. So it's not a huge gap.
It's not a huge gap, but
it was just very surprising to find them there.
Yeah, and to the Pittsburgh point too, I think I don't think if you say you had Pittsburgh doing this good to start, you're a liar, and I don't believe you. None of us.
Or you're Sidney Crosby.
Or you're Sidney Crosby. In that case, I believe you. Because at the everyone thought we said this when we were doing our off-season stuff. They're gonna go for McKenna, right? Crosby might get traded, and when you talk about the percentage is going down, the percentage of Sidney Crosby getting traded now has gone drastically down. No, be shocking to see if he leaves at this point, which he probably won't. When are the wheels gonna fall off? By February. Either before or after the Olympic break, all hell will break loose in Pittsburgh. That is my prediction. But we can save that for another time. Now, in terms of my biggest surprise and my biggest letdowns, biggest surprise that wasn't the Penguins, honestly, it'd probably be the Kraken. What are you doing in third? When did you get there? Stop this. You're supposed to be mid, not bad nor good, mid. What do you mean you have 8 wins? What do you mean you're third in the Pacific right now? When did you get there? What happened to the McDavid Oilers? Good for the Kraken. I don't know what the hell they've been doing because I obviously do not watch the Kraken. But whatever is going on in Seattle right now, the vibes must be good. So keep the vibes good because I actually do like when the Kraken are fun.
I watched one Kraken game when the Ducks played them.
How they look?
Admittedly, they are playing they look like the team that upset the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh,
they are playing with identity, speed, physicality, and they're getting depth scoring. They're just playing solid. They're just that's kind of the best way I can describe it. They're just solid. Now, Edmonton not being where they're supposed to be, this is just schedule. This is their classic November meltdown. Everybody starts wondering what's going to happen to them, and then they sort their shit out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out eventually. And to that, Edmonton was going to be my biggest letdown because, wow, it is looking okay for them. Although they're doing better than they've started in previous seasons. So it isn't that much of a train wreck in Edmonton right now. Although I will say that 9-1 beatdown they took from Colorado a few days ago was, ooh, why is Stuart Skinner still your goalie?
So that's gonna be my point with Edmonton. It's just it's like we can do the same song and dance that we've done the past 3 seasons if you would like. I mean, who's their goaltender? I mean, from Mike Smith many moons ago being there, it's like, wow, they'd win a cup if they had a goalie. And I love Mike Smith, and I'm saying that now. It's Stuart Skinner, it's like, oh, they'd win a cup if they had a goalie, and it's like we're still here. And it's been
we're still having this conversation.
5-6 years
They've
now.
made back-to-back cup finals, and we're still having this conversation because reasons. But that's probably my biggest part is probably the Kraken right now. My biggest letdown. There are so many teams that I'm looking at. I'm just like, how did you get there, and why are you there right now? But I think right now my biggest letdown might honestly be Vancouver.
Yeah,
that's saying a lot considering Calgary's at the bottom. And now, granted, I could also say the Leafs, but the Leafs are actually, you know what? No, it's Toronto. It has to be Toronto, because how do you go from winning the division last season to, just that to Tyler's raising his hand? How can I help you, Tyler?
We forgot about the biggest surprise in the entire league.
Is it the team I'm currently wearing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all kind of
forgot about that. Yeah. I'm going to... you know what? It's ironic that I'm talking about Toronto and we forgot about the Bruins, because normally if you talk about the Bruins, you forget about Toronto. Yeah. I'm going to finish my point quick because we should talk about the Bruins. We should really talk about the Bruins. But for a team that won the division last year, we don't talk about the playoffs. They don't like talking about it. They don't like talking about anything. You look at how they are right now, and I said that without Mitch, they're going to look confused. I didn't think it was going to get this bad, to the point where they're blending the lines. They don't know who's going to do what anymore. Max Domi is for some reason playing wing on the first line, or he's centering. What's happening here? Why is William Nylander playing center? Why is Morgan Rielly doing anything? It also is part of the, Anthony Stolarz, unfortunately, is proving that he just isn't a a lockdown starter. He's a 1A, 1B starter. I love Anthony Stolarz, and I think he's great. It's just oh boy, it's bad in Toronto. But you know that who loves thriving on the pain of Toronto? The Bruins, who are
currently beating the Canadiens 2-1.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I was looking at their record and I was like, they're 8-2 in their last 10. When the hell did that happen? I love that the Bruins are truly the team of, I don't know if you want to call it perseverance or spite.
Stubbornness.
I think the Bruins way. Is a really good. Yeah,
it's the Bruins way. They
refuse to go quietly into the night.
Yeah,
I think David Pastrnak refuses.
David Pastrnak very specifically refuses to go quietly into the night.
It's on, you look at the roster and it's the guys you expect to be doing it.
Right.
It's the guys you expect to be doing it. It's kind of remarkable.
Yeah. And they're doing it with not a lot.
A lot of the guys they have are second, third liners on other teams that they got, and you're like, oh yeah, they forgot he was he's a good player. I'd like to have him, and it's they have a bunch of those guys.
Yes.
And David Pastrnak and Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah.
It's great. It was working.
The one thing though, and okay, the Bruins front office wackos, right? But the one thing the Bruins have been historically good at is finding guys that fit the bill of what it means to be a Boston Bruin. And you look at a lot of the guys on the team right now, and maybe there's a lot of who's. There's a lot of, oh yeah. And then there's David Pastrnak and Charlie McAvoy. But those who's and oh yeahs, a lot of them fit the bill of what it means to be a Bruin. And I think that is where they got really lucky, in that everyone thought they were going to be probably a bottom of the barrel team. Maybe not lottery, but man, they look kind of good. Also, speaking of lottery, remember how I said the Leafs are doing bad? Guess who has their first round pick for this coming year? The Bruins.
Wow.
It's top 5 protected, but they still have it regardless.
Amazing.
Ooh.
What
a time to be alive.
So that's just something to be thinking about. as teams start to separate themselves, right? Like
Yeah.
we're still early enough that we can't really we can't solidify where people are going to shake out.
Right.
Speaking of teams, like one other surprising team who really put it together the last week, like the last calendar week, 2 weeks, the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
They went, oh, we've embarrassed ourselves enough for the first couple weeks of the season. Now we're gonna turn it on and start to get our shit together. They for a moment there, for a brief moment, for I think a day, the top 3 in the Pacific Division were the Ducks, the Kings, and the San Jose Sharks.
Is California hockey back?
California hockey is so back.
California hockey is so back. I love it.
No, the Sharks are probably gonna, like the Penguins, they're gonna have a hard stretch. But what they've done is they've shown that there is something very valid to the core that they've constructed. Very, very valid to the core that they've constructed. And we'll get to some of those reasons later in a different topic. But I just wanted to shout them out for putting together a run.
The Sharks deserve all the love. Like, man, the future is teal. You know, the future
It's
is
orange,
teal.
but
It's
that's okay.
Okay. The future is also teal. Fine. Sorry, sir. Why did you change? Okay, anyway. But the Sharks, like, you know, their forward core, everyone knew was going to be fun. Smith, Misa, Celebrini, right? Eklund, like they were going to be fun regardless. My favorite quote, and I brought this up in our group chat, but my favorite quote is that Elliot Friedman said, "God help us all if the Sharks ever learned how to play defense and figured it out." And the second the Sharks figured out, oh, we can play defensively, ooh, this makes everything so much more fun. They're putting up good numbers. Askarov is starting to put up really good numbers right now in the last 2 weeks. Like the Sharks, as they're figuring it out more and more on the other end of the ice, is making this so much more amusing for everyone to see how good they're going to be in the next couple of years. And I know their owner had an interview and said, I really don't want to be tanking for McKenna this year. That's fine. If you get Keaton Vierhoff, we are officially afraid of you all. If you can get that number 1 defenseman in the draft, and there's a lot of them in the first round this coming year, like, they'll be fun. Well, they're already fun. They'll be way more fun. But good for you, Sharks. I'm very proud of you. All right. So, besides surprises, letdowns, and whatnot, oh my god. Tyler, I'm so sorry. Well, I know, it's fine. Oh, really?
I wish you guys scored.
It's nice. We're on the road. Of course we're going to.
For reference, by the way.
The Ducks just got shut out 2-0 in Minnesota, and now are on the L3.
Yeah, for reference, by the way, all 3 of us have been watching our individual teams' games as we do this. Is that professional? I don't know.
Yes.
But
yes.
yes.
We're a hockey podcast.
That's true. We are a hockey podcast.
We're just real
That's
hockey
a very good
fans.
point.
Yeah, it says that one Red Wings fan, Carlson fan club president, and shaving head for bread.
Shaving head for bread.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking
I'm definitely
of,
not going to see the Ducks on Monday against a very important team to this podcast.
I
the
need you
Utah
to
Mammoth.
vlog every second you can of that for content. I need you to vlog every single second you can.
Well, my wife is going to hate me.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Tell her it's okay.
You know what? They just got shut out today because they're saving all of their goals for Monday. That's okay. I have to tell myself that.
They have the opportunity to do this funniest thing on Monday, but I'm not gonna jinx it. Anyway, so while we're talking about standings, while we're talking about how teams are looking, how they're not looking so far, how are the vibes in the league? How are you guys feeling about the vibes in the league? Like if we had to do like a vibe check almost, you know, who's got the best vibes so far? Never mind like who's doing best in the standings, but just you watch a team on the ice or you see how they're doing, you go, oh, the vibes are good there. Like for me, the vibes are good in Seattle.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I think for me, the vibes are great for the Seattle Kraken.
Well, I can tell you, he's not doing great. Jack Hughes' hand. That's the vibes are off there. That's got to be the worst team dinner ever.
I was waiting for when that was going to get brought
That's going
up.
to be so awkward in the locker room.
Yeah.
Well, like we're all at the dinner, having a good time. Hey, Jack, you okay? No. What's wrong?
Jack, why is there blood?
I think I gotta go to the hospital. It's like, oh, like we're at dinner. He's missing a hand.
I mean, I have a very obvious answer. It's Colorado.
Yeah. Oh.
They found. I mean, Landy is back. He's in the locker room. They found their venom. They are an absolute wagon.
Yeah.
Absolute wagon. Speaking of Central Division teams who have found their mojo, Dallas. They have passed the vibe check. They got off to a shaky start, but they just pummeled Montreal 7-0, and Montreal is like my third answer for an all vibes team.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's talk about a team that no one's talked about all season.
The Chicago Blackhawks?
No, another team no one's talked about. The LA Kings. Just steadily winning games. There's not a peep. There's no drama. They're just winning games.
It's because they're boring.
But that's great because they're having a great time winning games.
They are.
I hate the Kings more than anybody. Trust me. They robbed me of happiness in 2014, but they're doing great right now, and they're vibing. Every time I watch them, they're going to win this game.
Every time I look up, they've won a game, and Corey Perry has done something, and it makes me want to throw up.
He's been great. I mean, boo Corey Perry, boo that man.
Besides Corey Perry, they're a fun team to watch.
They are a fun team to watch. They just beat the Leafs a couple nights ago in overtime, and man, Quentin Byfield is looking better and better every year. Oh,
he's the most fun player on such an unfun.
He
team.
is.
Dude, they're just so sound. Everything about them is just like they're a machine.
Yeah, they're really starting to get that team synergy back. And I'm kind of excited to see how this works for them moving forward. But the vibes are good in LA. The vibes are good in Seattle. The vibes are they bad anywhere? Like, we're not talking like, mid vibes. We're talking like, oh boy,
Calgary.
Okay, besides Calgary,
there's three obvious ones to me. Calgary is definitely one of them.
Buffalo,
would say Buffalo, and
Buffalo
I'd say
for
Nashville.
sure.
I'd say
Nashville.
What? Okay, so as the resident proxy Nashville season ticket holder and fan, Tyler.
Yes.
How do you feel about the vibes in Nashville right now?
Oh, they're awful.
Oh, okay.
They're not great, man. People are upset. Like, Riley's probably going to get traded. Like, it's kind of big rumor everyone's hearing that, like, he's probably going to get out of here. And it's just,
Did you guys see that quote from Riley?
Yeah.
Basically just being like, I'm bad at hockey.
Yeah. He said he's only had one good year.
They broke a happy man.
Yeah.
They broke a beautiful, amazing human being of Ryan O'Reilly. We broke him. Stammer is not Stammer anymore. Everyone wants UC Saros gone, and it's like, my brother in Christ, he's not the problem. Like, you trade UC Saros to any team in the league, and he will be a top 5 goalie. That man is dragging them to being kind of relevant-ish. The vibes are very bad here. It's not great.
Yeah.
To be quite frank, Burnett's head is basically on the chopping block. Most fans want him gone. Most fans are willing to buy him a ticket out of here, actually, at this point.
Jesus.
I think one other place I want to throw out there is Vancouver.
I was going to say
Vancouver's definitely one,
one of my picks.
Everybody's injured. That's going for them.
Yeah.
The best thing they have going on is Kiefer Sherwood. That's for
sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Good job, Kiefer Sherwood, but like, what?
I love Kiefer.
But,
he's a good man.
They've had bad vibes for 2 seasons. If you count this
season
as one. 20 games of a season.
You know where the vibes are really good, Yusuf? Tuskie's house, baby. Utah.
Tuskie's house. Utah vibes are good right now.
Things are cooking.
They've come back down to earth since the debut of Tuskie.
They're still really good at home.
They're still really good, though.
Yeah.
They're
home
actually
record
very good at home. Yeah.
Unlike another team I fucking love.
No, Tuskie's house, the vibes in Tuskie's house are a lot more surprising than myself and someone else here thought. But you know what? I'm glad the vibes are good because I think this is finally getting rid of the negative Coyotes energy.
They deserve it.
They deserve it.
They deserve it.
Good ownership.
Yep.
Good players, young players,
facilities,
good facility, good barn,
decent coach. Like, dude, things are going good there. You mark me. Wait till playoff. Wait till the first Utah playoff game.
I feel like they'll go hard. I feel like they'll go hard if they make the playoffs.
The building, they'll start pouring, instead of celebrating with champagne, they'll celebrate with dirty soda.
Once again, no, dude, they
holy water.
The alcohol sale, the first game Utah played there. So I'll say what I will, man.
They also sell beer for like $2.
Yeah, hot dogs like $2, popcorn's a buck.
The vibes are going to be great going forward in Utah.
I'll probably go to a game, and if you want to go, I'll go.
I did want to talk about Vancouver though quickly regarding the vibes there, because part of the reason why their vibes are bad is part of the reason why the vibes in Pittsburgh are good, and that is Arthur Shilovs.
Yeah.
Right? Arthur Shilovs comes off winning Calder Cup MVP for the Abbotsford Canucks, and the Canucks go, "That's great. We're so happy to have you as trade bait." What? Goodbye. And trade him to Pittsburgh for practically like peanuts. He then comes to Pittsburgh, gets a starting job. He's doing pretty good, and Tristan Jarry's kind of remembering how to play goalie now, which is nice. And Vancouver goes, "Well, we have Thatcher Demko, and we respect and rely on Thatcher Demko, and we understand that Thatcher Demko is Thatcher Demko." Yeah, and he's hurt again.
Yeah, those 17 games a year are magic, but
yeah.
once you get past that.
I mean, and you left out one part with the Seelovs thing that also blows my mind. He won them playoff games.
Yeah.
He won them
Yep,
he won that series.
A playoff series.
And they just went, nah.
Arthur Shilovs nearly outdueled the Vegas Golden Knights.
It's incredible to watch.
Yeah. That kid is special. And yet,
why they
Vancouver
traded him,
decided,
I will never understand.
I don't think anyone will. But the vibes are definitely down in Vancouver. Not to mention, we didn't even need to mention like the biggest elephant in the room, Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
His future's still up in the air in Vancouver. He doesn't have an extension. And Patrick Allvin is winning some award for what he said regarding Hughes' future, that, yeah, he could play with his brothers in New Jersey. Huh? You didn't say Vancouver. You telling me you don't want to win your Norris winning, like, elite number one defenseman who's also your captain? Is everything okay there? Blink twice if no. I mean, with the JT Miller thing too, it's like,
he's been pretty vocal about how bad things were there.
Yeah. There's just things aren't working in Vancouver. And it's so weird because just a few years ago, they had so much promise. And everyone went, oh my God, this Vancouver team could get a lot done. And they
they exploded into being a 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They woke up and said, that's it. We're going to announce our presence. And you were talking about like goalie logjam. Like they've got all these assets. They've got all this stuff going on. And then they had a productive, what we all looked at as a good off season, and then had a disaster season last year. Said, you know what? Locker room problem. Reset. We'll fix it. We'll be better next year. Same old thing when the season rolls around. It's weird. They maybe I mean they're pretty close to Seattle. Maybe they should hit up that Etsy witch.
Honestly, yeah, hit up the Etsy witch. Maybe that might work. It didn't work for the Mariners, but it'll work for someone.
Well, it got the Mariners out of
that's
into
true.
The playoffs.
They
won
did
the
get
division on the back of the Etsy witch.
That's a good point. They did win the division off the back of the Etsy witch. They made it to Game 7 of the ALCS. No one talks about what happens after that. The World Series didn't happen. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, speaking of Canada, I have another vibes are good. And besides Montreal, because that's kind of the obvious big one, because the vibes are fun in Montreal now, that Noah Dobson contract is looking better and better with each passing day. The fact that they still locked him up for under 10. But weirdly enough, the vibes are very calming in Ottawa.
I was going to bring them up.
Ottawa is like, they're actually enjoyable right now. And it's not to say that they aren't, because it's the Senators. They actually do have a lot of great talent on that team that can be and should be enjoyable. But they've always been in that sort of like mid to bottom tier of ideology. Like, they're fine. They're just there. But, so far, like, they're second in the division. And from how the team's been looking, like, okay, this is nice. They just re-signed Shane Pinto, right? Like, things are looking good in Ottawa. And I cannot believe I'm saying that. So good for you, Ottawa. Any other teams? Any teams where the vibes are, like, kind of stick out to you?
I have one. I don't want to... I don't know. I can't speak much to the vibes of the team, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that Trevor Zegras has found himself again. He seems to just be happy. And like, that is so good to see from what that kid brings to the game.
Mhm.
And the fact that he's on pace for a 90-point season is phenomenal. Keep him on the ice. That's the next concern. But
Yep.
like, he's off to an amazing start. He's making flashy plays, flashing passes.
Good.
He's getting in people's business. That's
Ooh, that's fun. I like a good
so I'm
physical
just
Trevor
happy to see
Zegras.
that. I'm just happy. Well, he's just a little pesk. He's
Yeah,
not like
he's
he's not
pesky.
causing the scrums, but when the scrum happens, he's getting in there.
Yeah, that's good.
That's just. I just want to say that's happy to see him playing his game.
Mm.
Tocchet's very good for that.
Taka's very good for that. On the topic of that, actually, Tyler, do you have anything else? Because I do have one more point to make.
I had one other team, but vibes are bad in St. Louis, probably.
Ugh, I forgot about
yeah.
they.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, they've been wow.
Oh,
Well, it's not. Once Olympics happen, Bennington's gonna cook for Canada because they're not gonna use Logan Thompson. Then they're not good after that.
Jordan Bennington's currently, I think, below 890 on the save percentage.
It's bad.
Jordan.
But like we talk about with like other like Soros in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Bad teams are rarely the NHL goalie's fault.
Yeah.
And even if their stats don't look good, sometimes they are directly tied to how bad the rest of the team is playing, and the rest of St. Louis's roster is playing poor. They are not playing good team defense. They are not playing team offense. They don't have any of the rhythm that they had last year. And the coach is the same. The roster is the same. It's a vibes problem, I think.
Absolutely a vibes problem. And none of, yeah, it's hard to put the blame on one person entirely, but it is a team sport at the end of the day. It's a team effort if the vibes are bad. It's a team effort if the vibes are good. Sometimes there can be that one shining star and everything, but it's hard to come across because the reflection of the team ends up being on them, and then it becomes a whole thing. On the topic though, Alex, you did mention specifically Trevor Zegras. The vibes are good with him. There's a team I want to mention whose vibes I think are getting better and better because of one person in particular, and that team is the New York Islanders.
Yeah.
Matthew Schaefer fucking fucks. He's so good. And you can tell.
Good.
He's so good. And you can tell that not just Islanders fans, but the league is on watch about this kid. Because just, okay, what did Matthew Schaefer do this time? And he's not flashy. He's just a good defending defenseman that happens to have a nasty shot.
You know who probably loves him?
Who?
Sorokin.
Yeah. Ilya Sorokin's probably like, oh, finally.
Like, they have kind of resurrected their vibes big time because everybody looked at him heading into that. I mean, vibes were weird heading into their draft. Vibes skyrocketed at the draft. Everybody said, don't expect much this season. But the vibe, like, next couple of years, outlook actually looked positive.
Yep.
He has, like, I'm so impressed that this is how good he is month one.
Yeah. Like, he's still an 18-year-old.
I kind of thought he was going to be good. Like, I think most people who watched his limited junior play knew how good he was potentially going to be.
Yeah.
But to have adjusted this fast is so impressive.
Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing is that someone gets near him, like the entire team is ready to kill somebody.
Yeah.
If they get even remotely within like a foot of him, it's like, goddamn.
And the vibes are so good for that. The fact that your team is ready to pounce when your kid is getting attacked or when your kid's getting jumped.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. On the flip side, in Toronto, the vibes are not as great. Man, like I already touched up on this with the standings, but this might take a minute. So they played the Bruins a few days ago, and Austin got checked in the back, hit the boards pretty funky, and he's out for the next week or two. When he got hit, no one on the team did anything about it. And you just ooh, what's that up there? This is your captain and your leading goal scorer on your team that just went down. And you guys chose not to do anything? It's not a good look. The vibes are not great in Toronto. I don't know what's going to happen because this happens all the time with the Leafs. the vibes aren't good for even like 3 weeks, and everyone goes, burn the ship down, tear everything down, fire everyone, trade everyone, and then maybe like one or two little things happen, but the vibes need a big change in Toronto, and I think it personally starts with not having Austin Matthews be your captain. That's just me. Regardless, the vibes are kind of all over the place in the league. Sidney Crosby's vibes are probably like up in the air. He's in the clouds right now. Like, oh my god, we're good. Great. I'm not getting traded. Gino, you're not getting traded. Chris, I don't know about you, but at least we're not getting traded.
It's the Wolf of Wall Street
Yeah.
gif in the Pittsburgh locker room. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. So, yeah, the vibes are all over the place, but it's nice that things are different in the league, because I think we're so used to the same 10 teams being good, and we're like, okay, next. But yeah, a month in, and we've got some exciting times ahead of us. What's up, Alex?
We haven't said the Florida Panthers once.
Yeah, I kind of left them out.
I mean, they're not a disappointment because of the injury reasons of what they've given us the last couple of years. But I think my thing to watch over the next 2 months of the season, if Florida gets their act together, they're going to be a litmus test for the rest of the Eastern Conference that's kind of reared their heads up and started to show us what they've got.
Yeah.
Because the second Florida decides to stop doing whatever it is they're doing right now, when they decide to lock in, they're going to be right back to being that litmus test, that barometer that everybody expects them to be.
Tyler, your mic is muted.
I'm dumb. All right, I got one last team for you guys.
All right.
I think it's actually really interesting to talk about. We should move on. There's only 2 teams in the league in their last 10 that are 8-2-0. Boston's one of them, and we haven't talked about the other team. They're not good in the standings currently, but I really think they're starting to find themselves, which is weird because it's Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
they're finally
finding
they're figuring it out
3
again.
or 4 years ago, which is moderately concerning. They're not
they got
water.
They got right against us. They got right against the Ducks. The Ducks came in red hot, came into Tampa. Tampa whacked them, and then they started their hot streak.
It was Anaheim's fault.
Yes.
Damn. Yeah, Tampa, like the Florida teams in general, are kind of on the each end of the spectrum of what the hell's going on right now, and never. Like Alex mentions, the Panthers being the litmus test. The state of Florida is the fucking litmus test. When the Lightning are they're starting to lock in properly now and starting to get it again. When the Panthers finally stop dicking around, and by the time Matthew Tkachuk comes back in just January or February, everyone better get ready.
People are saying that Barkov has been spotted unassisted.
I've heard that. I don't know if I want to believe that. Because I heard a rumor that he might be back as early as January.
Yeah, who knows about that? But
yeah,
I think if they're in the playoffs, we're going to see Barkov.
Well, we're going to see...
That's my feeling.
Limited Barkov, probably. Well, actually, no, we'll see Barkov all the time. The salary cap, right? But he's going to be one of the ones they keep on the roster constantly. It's Barkov. They have to. Yeah. You know what? Let's quickly talk about this. Because I want to. On the topic of Florida. How do you guys feel the Oilers are right now?
Bad.
Just make this one quick. I don't know. I really don't know anymore.
I think we can. Connor's been very vocal that he wants to compete. He signed not a huge long-term deal. When you really think about it,
he took probably the most team-friendly deal in the history of team-friendly deals.
Yeah, 2 years and his captain move.
Yeah, he's not happy at all. I think this is I think you will see them swing big in a few. Oh, Yusuf's gone. We lost Yusuf.
I'm here.
No, you're visually not on my screen at least.
My camera decided to stop working, but carry on.
All right, I'll keep talking. But I don't know, I think they're going to swing big for a goalie. I think you'll see a huge move for a Wallstead or a Saros or something, because if they don't do that, he's probably gone. Like,
This is the part that gets me so excited, right? It's the move everyone wants them to do. Everyone says you should
They
do this.
need to
Everyone
do,
expects
and
them
they
to
win a
try and
cup.
do this.
Right.
Here's the thing with that. The entire league knows it's on their shopping list. If I'm going into the grocery store heading into Thanksgiving and I have frozen pie crust on my list and everyone knows I need pie, it's as if the entire store is also trying to make sure I don't get the frozen pie crust.
exactly.
They
Yep.
like if Saros is on, if they call Nashville's phone and say what's the price, and Nashville doesn't
it's
say
2 first, easy.
I think it's more than that.
Oh, that's
it's
got
got
to
to
be easily.
they honestly they have to they should just do this. They should just be like Dreisaitl, it's no deal.
Yeah.
just
It's like they call, I don't know, what's another good example? Besides Saros.
The thing is, they don't even need a Saros. Like they
No,
they don't.
halfway.
So
okay.
here's
a
what I was going to say.
Seelovs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Here's what I'm
someone
gonna-
they can get
so
from.
I have been playing NHL 26 again, and in my franchise mode, for some reason, the Oilers got their hands on Ilya Sorokin, and I saw that and thought, what if they got Ilya Sorokin, like in reality? And I was like, wait, but that's going to be a big asking price from the Islanders. Like minimum, it's a first round pick, and hey, how's Zach Hyman doing?
Oh, I think it's way more than that.
Oh no, it would be way more than that.
The thing is, like, there is not a team that has 2 amazing goalies. I mean, honestly, they should call the Sabres about Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. That's what they should do.
Yeah,
But,
they should be
they're
calling the
not
Sabres
going
about Ukko.
to.
They're not going to.
That's what they should do. Or
if there's
Mrazek,
one
or not
yeah.
Mrazek, Jesus, Merzlikins.
Merzlikins, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
If there is one GM who would give the Oilers a pass on a goalie, it would somehow be Buffalo.
Yeah.
It would somehow be Buffalo.
Yeah, we'll
UPL.
give you Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll trade him for a bag of sticks.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
work.
Oh, what? Peanuts? Excellent.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what the hell Edmonton does anymore, but the fact that the league is on full watch that they want a goalie, they're just going to make the asking price high. It's ridiculous. All right, so we have 2 ways to go about the next segment of the show, boys. We can either go through our power rankings now, or we can save that for later, or we can talk about a little segment I wanted to bring in as well called the hot seat, as in whose jobs are definitely on the line right now, or maybe
I
on the
kind
line.
of feel like we're in a good spot to do the power rankings. I feel like we're
All
coming
right.
off talking about the vibes.
Power rankings it is. You're
My
right.
power
Let's
rankings
do
entirely vibes. So like,
As is mine. Now we should figure out how are we gonna go top down?
I feel like top down is like more exciting, because honestly,
what
the
I
top
feel.
teams are
Yeah.
pretty sad.
Do we wanna do
the
this
bottom
one-
teams are like,
Yeah. Now, do we want to do each of our 16 in one go, or do we want to like snake order it?
I think we could do like chunks. So
Okay.
yeah,
top
like
5.
4 at a time.
Four at a time.
4 at a time.
That works.
4 times good.
That
No?
works. Okay. Who
All
wants to go first?
Alex,
Who-
would you like to start?
I'll jump in.
All right.
I have some funny stuff happening here at 4 and 5, but we'll get to that later. My number 1, as I think going to be a consensus number 1, I go Colorado, and then I have Dallas at 2.
Interesting.
I have Carolina at 3, and I have my Ducks at 4.
Interesting. Okay, we went different directions.
Okay. Tyler?
I went Colorado. Reluctantly New Jersey. I think that's gonna be a little bit different with some injuries from 2 days ago. But I have the Canes at 3, and I have the Stars at 4. The
Okay.
Stars don't excite me, but they're playing very well.
All right. Fair enough. Understandable. On the flip side, I also have Colorado first, because at this point, who doesn't? You'd be insane if you didn't. The Dallas Stars are my second. And while
we agree.
they aren't,
I thought I was going to be the highest on that.
no, you know what? With the Stars is to Tyler's point, he is kind of right. They aren't the most like entertaining team, but when they're cooking, they're fucking cooking is what they're doing. Like, oh my god, they're terrifying. Oh, not to mention they just gave Thomas Harley a shit ton of money, and that contract doesn't even kick until next year.
And
And it's-
Ottinger hasn't even gotten hot yet.
I know. It's insane.
Yeah, like they're looking good. In third, I have the Carolina Hurricanes. For what they are able to do right now this season, not having to utilize, like, I think Ehlers is hurt, right? So they're able to get things done despite an injured Nikolai Ehlers. Like, honestly, Carolina, good for you. I'm glad you sort of really figured this out. And then in fourth, I have the Anaheim Ducks.
Hey, we just copied our
Yeah.
top 4.
We really
That's
did.
fun.
Yeah. The Ducks are one of those teams that I have been patiently waiting to be fun for a long time. Since, like, the Jonas Hiller days.
Dude, I love Jonas Hiller.
Love Jonas Hiller. Oh, what a G.
What
But,
a
you know,
dog.
Leo Carlson, one of my favorite draft picks of the last 5 years. In any other year, he probably would have gone first overall if Connor fucking Bedard wasn't there, you know? But, like, Cutter Gautier's a fucking gem. Mason McTavish, my countryman. Oh my God, you guys are blessed with that young talent. And I'm so glad to see that it's been working out well, especially the fact that it is working well under Quenneville. Which I think is the biggest surprise, but you know what? Good for the Ducks. So that's my top 4, and Alex and I shockingly have the same top 4. Alex, what are your next 5 through 8?
5 through 8?
Yeah.
All right. I have a team at 5 who might be dropping soon. Tyler kind of teased it. I've got the Devils at 5. They have to show us. I mean, they've proven to be a top 5 team in the league so far this season. What they need to show us is that they can continue to do that without Jack Hughes, who they're about to be without for up to 8 weeks.
Yes.
That's crazy. I have them at 5. I have Montreal at 6. I think the youth movement is real. I think they are so exciting. And they've just found their goalie, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I have the redacted Los Angeles Kings at 7. Boring hockey. It wins. They're rolling people right now. And then I have Pittsburgh at 8.
So I have the Ducks at 5. They're just good. There's nothing more to say. They're just a good hockey team. I have, this is the weird one, Boston at 6.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because they are 2-0 in their last 10. They're currently beating Montreal 3-2 at the end of the second period. The Bruins are just playing Bruins hockey. That's what the Bruins are. They remind me of like the 2010 Bruins. Not a lot of like at the time they weren't superstars. A lot of people forget that, and they're just playing good old-fashioned Bruins hockey and winning games. I have Montreal at 7 for reasons Alex explained, and then I have Pittsburgh at 8 because they're a wagon. But for now, they're a wagon for now. This is going to look real different in the next quarter, but as of now, Pittsburgh's my 8.
Oh my God, my mic. All solid picks. My number 5 right now is the New Jersey Devils, although that might change, again, to Alex's point, drastically soon, now that they're going to be without Jack. My number 6 is the Boston Bruins. I don't know what they started. I don't know what's in the water back in Boston. I don't know if they've been drinking straight from the Charles or something, but
that's a bad idea.
That's a horrible idea.
We've all been to Boston.
That's a horrible
idea.
That dirty water.
Yeah, don't do that. If you ever go to, all 3 of us live there, don't do that. Don't ever drink water from the.
Don't go near it. Don't even think about it.
You can look at it. It's pretty.
No, don't even think about it.
I've kayaked in the Charles. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Tyler's got nightmares.
Good knowing you, Alex. You had a good run.
Damn. But whatever's been going on with the Bruins has been working. So awesome. Love that. Number 7, I have the Montreal Canadiens. They are playing like they should be. And that means, well, for such a young roster, their goaltending, they didn't have to go the extra mile to figure it out. They just figured it out with Dobish and Montembeault. I'm very happy for them for that. The Sabres scored. I hate this. Anyway. And at number 8 is the Pittsburgh Penguins. To all our points earlier regarding their vibes and how they are in the standings, I don't know what the hell happened, but maybe the threat of them tanking for McKenna Crosby was like, no, it's my way or the fucking highway. And whatever's working in Pittsburgh, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm amazed we've been this consistent for the first 8, to be honest with
So
you.
far, so good. So far, so
I know.
good.
We're
Yeah.
It's going to go downhill.
This is where we thought it would get rocky, but we're the only moment to find out. Alex?
okay. At 9, I have Boston.
Okay.
I was trending in the right direction for them.
Mhm.
At 10, I have a very fun one. The New York Islanders.
Okay.
I think they
Wow, okay.
I think they are at 10. It's all vibes. All vibes. That's what that's based on. At 11, I have Seattle.
Okay.
And at what's this I've written here at 12? Frauds? Huh.
Huh. That's weird.
Huh. That's a weird
What's-
Utah.
What's that doing there?
Weird.
Weird.
No, it's an interesting clumping here in this 9 to 12
Mhm.
section. Boston, we just talked about them, but the one that excites me that excite me the most to talk about are the Islanders and Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle has found something. They've just got some good chem going, and the Islanders are running purely on the vibes of their 18-year-old defenseman.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tyler?
All right, so at 9, I have the LA Kings. I think things are really good in LA right now. Like I said earlier, they are just a happy little machine. No one's bothering them. Everything is going good. I'm pulling up their last 10 games because I remember it being actually like kind of interesting. Hold on a second. But they've been kind of just on a roll, like quietly winning games. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10. Like they're just chugging right along. Like vibes are good in LA. I like them. At 10, I have the Islanders because, god damn, they look good. It's really annoying to say that, but they look good. Just everything we've talked about from the teams just rallying around, kind of first overall pick, star defenseman. And Sorokin is just on a tear. And I think it's just the vibes are right. 11, I have Seattle. Same reason Alex had Seattle so high. Like they found it. I'll be honest, I had no faith in the Lane Lambert hire, and he's proven me wrong based on his performance with the Islanders, ironically, last year. So it's kind of humorous, but yeah, both teams kind of found their way. And then at 12 is where I have the weird one, Ottawa.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fun.
Okay.
I wanted to throw one tidbit about Seattle I forgot to mention earlier. They cleared their entire coaching staff except for Jess Campbell.
Yes, they did.
A+.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
She's loved by players.
Oh, yeah, everyone loves
her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's great.
Everybody in the industry says it's fantastic.
I will not be surprised if she ends up becoming the first female head coach
She will.
in history. She will. It's just a matter of time. And it probably might be still with Seattle.
What happens first? Torts gets another job, or she gets a head coaching job? Nobody answer that.
No
I just
one
wanted to
answer
make a
that.
funny joke. No one answer that.
All right. That was your next four?
That was my 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Kings, Islanders, Seattle, and Senators.
Good. I like the Senators nod.
Thank you.
Good for the Senators. My number 9, the LA Kings. Yeah, they're boring, but they're winning games. And it's amusing. It's just working. Right? Like the Kings have an identity again. We can't really put a name on it just yet, but they're starting to build an identity for themselves again. At number 10, I have the Seattle Kraken. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there in Washington, but the vibes are great. I love it. For a team that has been, since their inception, they're just mid. They're not bad nor good. They've just been mid the entire time. I'm glad they're finally on the nice upper part of mid. Number 11, I have the borderline, depending on who you ask, fraudulent Utah Mammoth. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like we got to give them credit where credit's due. Utah is proving everyone wrong right now in how they're playing, in how they're looking for the future, and how everything is from a front office perspective, from just an organizational perspective as a whole. Logan Cooley got his bag, and they are very set for the future. So good things are happening for the Mammoth. And also Tusky is hilarious. I love my second new favorite mascot. Gritty will always be number 1. I have to say that because I think he's outside my house. So you never know. You just got to be careful. And number 12, I have the Chicago Blackhawks.
Good choice. Good choice.
I have the Chicago Blackhawks. The synergy between Rinzel, Frank Nazar, and Bedard is finally getting Bedard to where we thought he would be his rookie year. And that is, oh, right, this kid's really fucking good at hockey. And I'm really happy for him. I really am. In contrast to last season, he's getting in fights. He got ejected from games. Like, it was not a good look for Connor at all. And now, granted, we are only a month into the season, but the flip that has been made, the changes that have been made in Chicago, I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed with what's going on there. And we obviously cannot talk about Chicago without talking about me and Tyler's adopted child, Spencer Knight, who has finally found a starting home in the NHL.
He has.
And holy fuck, Spencer's looking good. He's all grown up. But man, he looks good. Because of course he was going to look good.
Yeah,
I just didn't think it'd be in a Blackhawks jersey, but like, hey, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm here for it. I'm
here for it. Like, the youth core in Chicago is finally starting to click. And much like a San Jose, much like the Ducks, much like these are teams that are very much building up young, much like our Detroit Red Wings, who I'm pretty sure are still leading this game. Good news, we're still up by 1. The youth movement is there, and it's going to be exciting for the future. Last 4. Alex?
All right. Last 4. Should I also throw my honorable mention on the end of it?
Sure.
All right. All right, here we go. At 13, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think they have found themselves. They're probably going to go up this list. That's how I feel about them. At 14, I have Chicago. There's nothing new I can say. Yusuf just pretty much hit the nail on the head with talking about them. At 15, I have the Detroit Red Wings. I think that they've I think Gibson is the right fit. Having just watched them play, when they play physical, they can really use their size to their advantage, and they've got plenty of great skill guys. I think it's a great mix of stuff there. They just got to put it together for a run. At 16, I have the best road team in the NHL, the New York Rangers. And my honorable mention is the San Jose Sharks. I don't know if they're actually 17, but I just wanted to shout them out.
He's muted again? There we go.
Yeah, how's it going? All right. I like your picks, Alex. That's actually very good.
I also enjoy those. Very good picks.
All right. So I have Utah at 13. The Teskey effect is real.
The Teskey effect is real.
They're good at home. I'm here for it. I have the Blackhawks at 14. For aforementioned reasons of Connor Bedard is finding himself, and our beautiful boy Spencer Knight is elite. And that's all I'm going to say about that. The New York Rangers are at 15 because I'm biased as hell, but we are honestly the best road team in the NHL. And that, to me, is huge. You got to win on the road. Winning at home is also great, but winning on the road is very important. And then at 16, I have Yusuf's beautiful Detroit Red Wings because John Gibson, when healthy, is a dog. And Dylan Larkin is one of my favorite players in the league and has been amazing to watch this season. And I really hope they continue to find their groove. And my honorable mention was Tampa.
Okay.
Good picks.
Very good picks. My number 13 is our Detroit Red Wings. Duh. I'm shocked I didn't have the number 1. No, they do not deserve number 1. But for what has been going on right now, they had a great start to the season, lost their first game, but decided to fucking go on a streak after that. Have some bad losses here and there. These things happen. It's fine. But with each passing day, the team is clicking more and more. They really are like a family again. It's been a while. It's been a couple years since we've had this vibe in Detroit. And the kids are looking good, to the point of a Chicago or any other youth team, like I mentioned earlier. The vibes with the youth movement in these teams are looking better and better, except maybe Buffalo. Actually, no, mainly except in Buffalo, but like Emmett Finney who thought he was going to be a potential knock for the Calder this year, came out of nowhere as a 7th-round pick like 2-3 years ago, right? Simon Edmondson's in his 2nd year, but he's looking better and better each day. Nate Danielson's made his debut now, and he's starting to look better and better. Marco Kasper looks like a dog out there. He's been on a little bit of a slump, but he's starting to get his groove back a little bit. And then Axel Standing Pellikka, like, he did not look great the first couple games. He looked fine, but he did not look great. But he has been improving every single game since then. And it's so beautiful to see a defensive core in Detroit actually be functioning, and Moritz Seider doesn't have to carry the entire team on his back. So I'm very happy for the Red Wings. So they're my 13. Number 14, I have the best road team in the NHL, the New York Rangers, for obvious reasons. Number 15, I have the New York Islanders. I think just vibes alone and the Matthew Schaefer effect have done so much for the Islanders in such a short amount of time that you can't really knock them for being where they are. Because the thing is, they're not bad. They're technically in wildcard contention right now. So, like, cool. And, like, on the topic of, players thanking God that they don't need to carry the team on their back, Sorokin's probably very thankful right now that Matthew Schaefer exists. And in a couple of years, when they have Cole Eiserman and Kashan Aitchison and who else God knows on that team, great. But we're talking about the now. And my number 16 team is the Tampa Bay Lightning. They didn't have a great start, but as they've been figuring out, they're starting to look like the Tampa Bay Lightning of old, and that is going to be a problem for literally everyone in the league when they finally get to the proper looking like the Tampa Bay Lightning of old. My honorable mention, it was kind of a toss-up. I didn't really know where to go, but for some reason I ended up in the Pacific regardless of one of my two choices, and I'm going to go with the Vegas Golden Knights as my honorable mention. Because on paper, that team should be undefeated right now. They're not. They looked good to start the season. They looked like Vegas to start the season. And, when we talk about teams that are a litmus test for the rest of their conference, Vegas is one of those teams that should be considered a litmus test for the Western Conference. But they've just been, inconsistency is such a crazy thing in any sport. But with Vegas, it's so ridiculous that you have a team of literal all-stars, and one bad turnover in the neutral zone it costs you the whole game, right? And it's insane. Not to mention, Jack Eichel was tied for top 5 in scoring just a few days ago. He doesn't even crack the top 10 anymore. I don't know what happened in Vegas, but it's just not working right now. The Mitch Marner effect is just not it yet. Maybe they'll figure it out later. But yeah, Vegas is my honorable mention for right now. They're that team that they're either going to get the job done or they're going to look like clowns. So there's that. But overall, good top
pretty
16.
Consistent.
Pretty consistent. Yeah. I'm glad we all understand that Utah is Utah.
I did not expect you both.
Hey, Alex. I think it's time you owe us an apology.
I think it's time.
No.
Yusuf.
I will apologize. Yusuf ranked them the lowest.
I was going to say, I think I deserve credit here.
I ranked them lower, but Alex was a little more public about his thoughts about Utah.
Yeah, I feel like I deserve some respect for that one.
I will say, I do apologize to the Utah Mammoth. To quote the Shaq meme, I was not familiar with your game.
I was not familiar with your game.
I watched so many Utah games last year, and I was like, these guys are a year away. It's proven to be right.
Yeah.
Utah one?
Yeah. They decided to pick a mascot. They unveiled an in-arena mascot.
Yeah.
They're winning games.
They're winning games.
It's
a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. Speaking of bad times, it's hot seat time. Gentlemen, obviously throughout the season, there's always that one or two coaches in the league that get fired before the Christmas holidays. If we had to look at the league right now, and you had to pick one or two teams that you think are probably going to be firing their head coach by then, if not at some point during the season. I know it's a long ways away. We've got 60-something more games to go. That's a lot of games. But if you had to pick one or two teams, who? And I'm curious as to your why.
Avalanche too good. No.
Okay, Jared Bednar is never losing his job.
They're too damn good.
They're too good.
Too good.
Tyler,
Too
I was
good.
actually going to ask to start with you because I know Andrew Brunette is probably on that list.
Yeah, he is the guy.
Yeah.
If you ask me to pick a guy today, it's Andrew Burnett. I mean, there's a lot of talent on the Predators. I mean, they broke Ryan O'Reilly, as we've all talked about earlier. Steven Stamkos can't score on the power play, which is concerning. It's what you get Steven Stamkos to do. There's just a lot of frustration. I feel like the obvious answer to me is Brunette. I'd be kind of surprised if you guys don't agree on that, but to me, that is the very simple answer to that question. If you wanted, the wilder answer would be probably Washington or Toronto, but they're also like both second-year head coaches, so I kind of would doubt that. So I don't know. I'm kind of rolling with my natural choice. That's probably the most obvious answer to me, at least. I also could see my honorable mention. I could see if the Knights don't find their game and kind of go on a slump, I could see them ditching Cassidy.
Interesting.
I've got two that I'm pretty comfortable with. I think what gets a coach fired is pressure. What gets a coach fired is a market that demands success or a roster that demands success. And they've done it once before, and it worked out for them one season a couple years ago. I think Edmonton is going to be looking at Chris Knobloch. I think if they don't turn this thing around here, it's going to get louder. And then my second was going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs. For everything you can say about Edmonton, you can say about, similar, you can say about Toronto, but mainly you can talk about their media pressure. And they're going to be calling for it. Things aren't going to be working. I think that that's the environment that is going to breed instability. Oh, something just happened in the Leafs game.
I have horrible news.
Game.
The game is tied. The Buffalo Sabres tied this game up.
Yusuf, we're in this together, buddy. We're
I know
both
we
going
are.
through it right now.
Yeah.
The Oilers, speaking of pressure, are in a tie game with Carolina, in which Connor McDavid has scored 2 goals.
What's the scoreline?
It's like an average Tuesday.
It's an average Tuesday for Connor. Yeah, like to everyone else, they're like, "Wow, this is incredible." To Connor, he's like looking at his calendar. He's like, "What day is it today?" I don't know. Okay, so we've heard Predators, we've heard Oilers, we've heard a lot of Leafs. Make that 3. Earlier today I was having lunch with a family friend, and he and I were talking about, is Craig Berube's job on the line? I want to say no, because I like Craig Berube as a coach, but they're just not playing that Craig Berube style of hockey. And it's hard to with this kind of team. They're just not built for that. And I'm not going to use that as an excuse for how the Leafs are. I think if they don't figure this out in the next month, I could see the Leafs getting impatient again and firing Craig Berube. The season is very much reminding me of the 2019-2020 season. They just got too impatient with how Babcock was running things and said, well, bye, Mike. So we'll see. It's November. So Mike got fired this time 6 years ago. Well, we'll see. But my second pick was, honestly, Chris Knobloch's a really good pick. Just because,
really good pick.
Yeah, you made back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, and you don't have a cup to show for either. So, figure it out, please. I'm begging and pleading. If I had to pick a second, it's hard because everyone else is pretty consistent right now. But like, maybe Winnipeg. Winnipeg's in a really weird spot.
I was going to bring them up earlier.
Because Winnipeg's like, they should be better than they are. But it just isn't, it doesn't seem like it's functioning that well in Winnipeg. They're winning games. They're above 500. It's great. But it just doesn't feel like they are where they should be. right? It feels like they're slipping a little bit in compared to years past. Now, is that a coaching thing? Is that a Connor Hellebuyck is a fraud thing? Who said that? Someone say that? Weird.
The truth.
The wind is
my
speaking to
friend.
me. The wind is speaking to me. But I think the Winnipeg Jets have the potential. Crazy to say, but at some point this season, there could be a reason to see that Winnipeg does lose their head coach and get something new. Even Vegas, like I said, I thought it was outrageous when it was mentioned earlier, but honestly, Vegas does have a habit of doing that. If the job can't get done, they tend to just kind of throw guys to the side. And Bruce Cassidy's been good with Vegas, but Bruce Cassidy now has more firepower on that team, and they should be doing more than they are.
Minnesota.
I don't know how I feel about Minnesota. I really don't.
They played a pretty good game today. I think it's just given time.
I hear you.
Minnesota is one of those teams. No matter who is behind the bench, no matter what the team lineup is, no matter anything, I look at them and I go, "Oh yeah, they're there." Like, I don't know if John Hines is on a hot seat because he's only had the gig now for almost 2 years, but
yeah,
like, what can you do? Because you have weapons on that team. Your Matt Boldy's, your Brock Fabers, your Kaprizovs. Is Zeev Buium on the team yet? Because if he's not, he will eventually.
He was playing today.
Was he playing today? Okay, Zeev. You've got Jesper Wallstedt. Like, you've got weapons on this team.
Like,
yeah,
they're just okay.
But I think it's also the fact that a lot of the weapons are still young. So maybe you give Hines another year. But this should be a year where they make the playoffs. Because last year, when they were somehow first in the division, and then Kaprizov got hurt, and then they decided to jump off fucking Everest, that's definitely a glaring point. You know, looking at, okay, great, your guys are winning with Kaprizov. Why can't you do that without Kaprizov?
And it is incredibly urgent when you factor in that next year, Kirill is about to
be the highest paid player in the league.
Yeah. So they're going to need to have that figured out.
They're going to
maybe not this year, but maybe next year if they're continuing to be middling.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely not a lot of teams on a hot seat right now, but there are some obvious ones. Buffalo, I would put just because it's Buffalo. Like, I don't know what they're doing anymore. If I was them, I'd get rid of their owner. I'd sell the team. Tell Terry Pegula to sell. Do something. I don't know. And so even Calgary,
it's less that there's not a ton of hot seats, but the few that are hot are scorching hot.
Yeah. It's a matter of when at this point. So, even Calgary, like Carl Huska seems like he's doing a okay job in Calgary, but the fact that they're this bad is like, dude, you have Huberdeau and Kadri on your team. What the hell are you doing? Like, yeah. Kadri's gonna look so great in a Montreal uniform at the trade deadline. Oh boy. Anyway, that's all the talking stuff. We have another thing that we want to add for the podcast, and something that this sounds like it's going to be fun. So this definitely will be a thing moving forward. Hey, Alex.
Hey.
You brought stuff.
Right. I have prepared a little game for you guys.
Oh.
To wrap up the podcast. So,
is it called Please Score on Graves or whatever this guy's name is in Columbus? Because that's a great game. I'd love for the Rangers to play.
All right, so I pre-made some tier lists for you guys to review. I have left little hints in the tier lists. I'm not going to tell you what I have ranked. It is all NHL teams. Some of them will be on ice. Some of them will be off ice. I'm talking globally about the game, not today's rounds. I will categorize them for you, and the goal is parse through the tier list, guess what I've ranked. Now, these are going to be based on my opinions, very much so my opinions. So this is a little bit of how much you know me and how much I know Puck, I guess. But today, it's kind of some vibes-based ones. So we're going to jump in here with a little bit of a litmus test. I want to just to test the format, see if you guys understand the concept. So here's the first one. Should be able to see that.
There she is.
What have I done?
Well, I believe you motherfucker. You sneaky fuck, Alex.
Yeah, you don't know your alphabet. The N tier should be at top, man. That's the best teams.
Yeah. So, luckily,
what have I done?
Luckily, Alex has already brought this to one as a test to see if we could get the hang of this.
Ah, yes.
And Alex, it is FUTA. It is teams by first letter of their name, whether it be city or actual team name. Except there's one glaring little thing I'm noticing. Tyler, what do you see the glaring thing that I'm noticing?
Alex can't spell. That's what I'm noticing here.
Yeah, same. Alex, I'm not teach you in music school?
Like Utah for frauds.
Of course you.
There we go. There. I had to stick that in there. All right, you guys get the game.
Yes.
Here is the first actual one. This is going to be, I'm going to categorize this as off ice, broadly speaking. Nothing to do with, and by on ice, I mean stats and players and lineups and things. And off ice, anything related to the team.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'm so excited.
I'm stressed.
No, same, actually. I'm really stressed.
What have I tiered?
I like the Senators category.
I like just the Senators. I'm trying to think, because you have the Blackhawks and Kings in too much nostalgia, and they both won cups in the 2010s.
That's an interesting connection I didn't think of.
Okay. So I'm stretching a bit then.
It's not what it is, but it is an interesting connection. It's a little fan biased, right? So
is it?
I think my S tier is, I think, where you'll start to pick up on something.
Okay. I'd like to answer.
Yes.
Is it jersey designs?
It is home away jerseys.
That is
okay.
I have ejected alternate jerseys.
Okay.
Just your straight up two jersey system.
Okay.
I honestly agree with this.
I agree with a lot of this, yeah.
Really? I thought my burn it start over tier was going to get some reaction.
I mean, I will say the Flyers one, I think the Flyers jersey to me is kind of classic. I think because I hate it so much, but like
I hate the name blocks on the back. It drives me crazy.
The name blocks on the Flyers jerseys are just ugh.
Yeah,
they're too big.
And then, to be honest, I've always hated Edmonton's jerseys, which is why their alternate jerseys kind of okay to me, because it's better than their home and away.
I figured something was going on with jerseys, because no notes, the Ducks and the Red Wings are up there, and I know you've been very public about how much you love the Red Wings color scheme and also the new Centennials. Yep. So I was like, okay, there we go.
Okay,
now I know this doesn't include alternates, but no,
I do have to note Florida should go back to their OG jerseys, in my humble opinion.
What, the
Flying Panther?
The Flying Panther?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I also think the Sharks, I don't hate their new jerseys.
I miss
but they
the old Sharks jersey.
Dude, like the 90s like Shark with like it was all rounded over.
Shark was so cool.
I also hate the Avs blue pants. They need the black pants, in my opinion.
No.
And
okay. Well, and then my vanilla. I think my vanilla tier is pretty uncomplaining. Like, those are all very vanilla hockey uniforms.
100%.
And then,
can I ask?
I wanted to shout out. I wanted to say Vegas because I put them in willing to be different because I want to give them points for having tried something different. Their color scheme is unlike anybody else's. And their shapes in the uniforms and their strategies, they're willing to always try something different.
Yeah.
Which
is
cool.
The story of the gold?
I don't.
Okay, I don't it's actually really interesting. I read an article on this, which tells you what I do when I don't sleep.
Which is every day.
They wanted gold as their home color.
Oh.
Their first year. And Adidas didn't have the material figured out yet for it to make it that like kind of weird shiny gold.
Yeah, that like
So
metallic.
that's why it was on the sleeve as like a test.
Ah.
So that's why they're gold now, though, is they figured out the material. I thought that was really interesting.
Interesting, though. So that's where those red jerseys came from.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we can make that.
Yeah, that like gray jersey.
The gray
that,
jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh,
So that
interesting.
Was,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a neat little fun fact.
I think Seattle did some interesting stuff.
Yep.
And then
The glow in the dark scene.
Oh,
The glow in the dark.
I personally don't like the Kings rebrand.
I
just
okay.
I'm 50-50 on it.
Yeah.
It's just a little boring.
I like
Black
it.
and silver.
That's what they've always. Well, they could have done the purple, or sorry, the royal blue with purple.
All right. Well, that went. I'm happy with how you guys got that.
Yeah.
Right,
Can I ask
have
one
more
question though before we move on to the next tier list?
Yes.
Why are the Senators in their own category?
Because they're better than a lot of. Okay, I'll bring it back up.
The second you said the Senators, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I just stared at that one for like 20 minutes. Oh yeah, also
Okay,
so
the
Capitals should be in the burn.
Their jerseys aren't quite nostalgia powered in my mind, and they're better than most of the red soup jerseys. I just felt like I couldn't put them because their jersey's not really red. It's black with red accents, and I couldn't quite put them in red soup, and I didn't think they're nostalgia powered.
Okay.
So that's why they have their own tier.
Honestly, before we move off this, the two teams, in my opinion, that need new jerseys are the Stars and the Capitals. Both look terrible, in my opinion.
I
was gonna say my untapped potential tier is the one where I'm like, please rebrand the Stars and Nashville. I think Nashville.
I'm fine with Nashville's more than the Capitals. The Capitals looks painfully like 2009, and then like the Stars look like a McDonald's of the modern era, where they're like, look, it's like hip and cool. It's like be something.
Yeah,
back to like the Star logo. That was so
the
much
Star
cooler.
logo.
Like,
Just like the '90s Stars jerseys. Oh man,
the deep green.
Yeah,
they used to use.
Dude.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I like green. I think green is underrepresented in sports. I wish green teams did better jerseys.
Because green teams can't win football games. But anyway, yeah.
Tyler's angry again.
You know what the Caps are good at with their jerseys? They're alternates.
Yeah, they should.
Every Caps
every Caps all.
They should just change that.
I really wish they made the Screaming Eagle their permanent.
Yeah, they should have. They had every opportunity to do this,
and especially the red Screaming Eagle that they just made.
Yeah.
Also, Vancouver, I don't like their current jerseys.
Yeah,
the '90s ones are better.
The '90s.
To be honest, I think the '90s ones are awful.
Okay, well, it's gotta be wrong.
A lot of people think that. To be fair,
yeah,
like, it's either like. So I actually would put the Vancouver, the black '90s, like the skate jersey, in like trying too hard with nostalgia, because that's what most people think of when they see those jerseys. Is they think of the '90s Canucks. And you're like, that's great. It's not the '90s Canucks though. It's cool to see Quinn Hughes in one. It's not the '90s Canucks.
Also, the Tampa Bay Lightning jerseys I hate because they're just the Leafs light. I want them to go back to the black.
I know. I really want them to change their color scheme. Yeah,
that was so peaky. Marty St. Louis.
Oh, those jerseys were nice, man.
I mean, I like it. I think they've figured out how to do the cute version of the Leafs jersey.
Yeah, it's fair.
They put the little
bolts, the detailing with their bolts. It's not offensive.
No,
it's not
just
offensive.
Like the old ones. I know I'm wrong, but it's better.
That's fair.
All right. I've got one more.
Okay.
We're going to end with an on ice one.
Oh.
The difficulty is I made this a couple days ago, and things change.
Boy.
It's a very. I guess your hint is it's on ice, and this is a volatile category.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. It will appear soon. Aha.
Is it best fighters?
Okay.
It's Matt Rempe.
I'm new here.
Goaltenders?
It's goaltenders.
Yeah.
I just assumed Shesterkin, obviously.
Yeah.
In the top.
I wonder what that could be. And
yeah,
Detroit and Vancouver in the bubble wrap section. Yeah, Demko and Gibson.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Carolina.
Markstrom.
Toronto.
Yeah. Oof.
I wanted to Dobish and Knight single-handedly raised that tier so high.
Yeah.
And then wake me up in the playoffs is my favorite tier.
I was gonna say that's actually a pretty funny tier considering
tier.
St. Louis is in there.
Yeah.
And people forget how much of a freak Jordan Binnington can be in net in the playoffs.
Hide during playoffs. That's
I
funny.
like hide during playoffs. Can I
I
ask
didn't know what to do with. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't know what to do with Utah. I don't know where they fit. I didn't know what to do with them, so I threw them in.
I mean,
I threw them
there's
in
only
hide
one way to
during
find out is when
playoffs.
they eventually make playoffs, and Carl Pamilka will have to deal with that demon later.
Yeah. I mean, and then the Penguins in blackmailing the GM.
I was going to ask, is there a reason why it's specifically called blackmailing the GM?
Because I was looking at lists and I saw Tristan Yari. To be honest, that's why they're there. Because Seelovs has kind of changed their entire outlook.
Yeah.
But Yari is why they're down there.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a funny title.
Yeah,
there.
no, it's pretty amusing.
I like my Mad Men tier. I couldn't decide if I wanted to make it I wanted to make it they've got next or they're just absolutely insane.
I think the Mad Men category is hilarious because there are how many teams are there? 6. Of the 6 teams you have there, 3 of those teams have goaltenders that are an actual 4 have a goaltender that is an actual threat to this league in Lucas Stostal, Dustin Wolf, Jesper Wallstedt eventually, and Logan Thompson. And then the other 2 are the Colorado Avalanche and the Seattle Kraken with whatever is left of the Woods and Philip Grubauer and fucking Chris Drieger.
Dude. Joey Decord is sick.
And Joey Decord, yeah.
He's elite.
No, Joey Decord is sick.
He is. I'm so glad that Joey
awesome.
Decord's getting
Also, he's really good for vibes, and he actually has a personality.
Dude, he's great.
He does.
Unlike most NHL players.
Yeah,
he actually has a personality.
USA.
Yes.
He should be on the roster, yeah.
And then Wedgwood is on one right now. I might have made this after the Avalanche beat the Ducks.
Maybe. Just maybe. He also just got an extension.
Was really good when he was in New Jersey, his rookie
season.
He had like one of the longest like shutout streaks in like recent years. Like he had like 2 or 3 games where he was like posting shutouts straight. It was when Schneider got hurt and everything. It was wild. It was a weird time. I always liked
Anyways, well, good job, guys. You went 3 for 3, so that means I didn't pick it. I didn't pick stuff that was too difficult.
I feel like was a
that was a gimme because we'd seen it already.
We should keep scoring. We should be 1-1 right now, Yusuf. I think that's fair. Keep score on this. We keep this up.
No, you got 2 correct.
Well,
guys,
yeah, he got 1. I got 1.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
We'll make this a competition thing moving forward. I like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we end, actually, I have horrible news. The Red Wings lost. In overtime.
Overtime with Columbus. So
great. We went to overtime. With
you guys
Buffalo,
are both dropping out my power rankings. Then
I guess so. All right. I have a fun little trivia question for you two before we end the night.
Okay.
This comes from the Bar Down quizzes from YouTube, the TSN side project they have, Bar Down, which is awesome, based out in Toronto. Love those guys. They're all great. Shout out Bar Down. But this question came up in one of their quizzes recently, and it made me chuckle to the point where this is something I should bring up here because I think it'd get a good laugh out of you guys too. The question is as follows. Famously, this goaltender in the mid-2010s supposedly fell asleep while in net to point where the coach had to bench him forcefully. Upon returning to the bench, he fell asleep again. Who was this goalie?
I remember this game. I remember watching this game.
I'm going to be completely honest, Tyler. I am going to be no help to you here.
Oh my god, who
this
was
this? This is a question for the both of you. It's mid-2000, like 2010s goalie. Like early mid-2010s. Famously, allegedly, fell asleep in between the pipes. And then was pulled, and then fell asleep on the bench.
My gut says Brizgalov, and that's where my gut goes.
I have an answer that's just not right at all, but it's the first goalie that popped into my brain when I was thinking about the era and weird personalities. I was like, oh, did Jonathan Quick fall asleep in the middle of the game?
No, he's too dialed in.
Well, not right. I know it's not right.
The bright side is the answer is in fact in this room, and the answer is Ilya Brizgalov.
Okay, I was right. Yeah, okay. I was like, that is totally a Brizgalov thing if I've ever like. I'm glad I got there.
I found that out, and I was like, it was either him or Luongo.
Yeah,
that would have been my guess.
That's a crazy
guess. It would have been my guess. But gentlemen, we are finally here to wrap this up. Our first month of the NHL season is over.
Yeah.
And there's lots happening. We'll be back soon, I think. We got to plan out when we record the next episode, but that's another topic for another time, probably right after
We'll
we
see
finish
if I
this.
have hair.
Yeah, that too.
I'm getting a haircut. We'll see if the Ducks start winning.
No, you gotta shave, Alex.
I'm not getting rid of this anytime soon, so I'm going to still be here.
Boys.
But until then, be sure to check us out here on YouTube. We'll be on Spotify eventually once I get some things organized. Once we get some things organized, but we'll be there soon. But we're on YouTube, so check us out. See our lovely faces. We're all here. But again, I'm Yusuf. That's Tyler. And that's Alex. This has been Up the Boards. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.